Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard, and I'm here to do a review on Behind the Attraction, the new Disney Plus series that talks all about Disney Parks attractions. So, let's go dive right in. Alright, so this is how I'm going to review this attraction, review this series. I'm going to go ahead and review it episode by episode each week. There's 5 episodes in this first part of this first season. I'm not sure if there's going to be 5 more released. I think there's going to be 5 more released a little bit later. Right now, there's 5 released, and surprisingly, they're actually longer. They're about 42 minutes, which is good. I don't know why I thought they were going to be maybe like 10 minutes or at most 30 minutes, but they're about all in the 40-minute range, which is awesome. The first 5 are about the Jungle Cruise, the Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror, the monorail, and I forgot the last, Space Mountain. It goes, I know the first 3, first one's Jungle Cruise, second one's Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror is number 3, I think, then monorail, then Space Mountain is number 5. Again, each week, 1 episode. I'll make its own playlist. If you like it, if you guys like this series, definitely let me know in the comments below. Press the thumbs up button, subscribe for more reviews of this. And yeah, if you guys want me to review more TV shows that are not based on just attractions, but just Marvel, Disney Plus shows or anything, I will definitely do some more reviews of those. If that is what you guys want. So definitely let me know in the comments below. But right now, I'm going to review the Jungle Cruise. This is episode 1 of Disney Plus's Behind the Attraction series. And right off the bat, a big difference from the Imagineering story is that this one doesn't take itself seriously in the same regard as the Imagineering story does. What I loved about the Imagineering story is an actual serious documentary, and it was focused really on the making of the theme parks of Disneyland, and then progressed making of the Disney company, basically, which is really awesome. This one, I was getting a little nervous because the narrator, I don't know who she is, but the narrator was like cracking jokes and not really taking herself seriously. So I'm like, man, if she's not taking herself seriously and she's cracking jokes, is this whole thing not going to take itself seriously? But shockingly and surprisingly, it did. It did do some factual information. Super fans get, just like the Imagineering story, super fans like us, Disney Parks fans, theme park fans, you'll probably know most of the information already. But for people who are just casual fans or just want to know about Disney history or just curious, they'll definitely learn a lot here. They will learn a lot here, which is good. Because like I said, the joke she was cracking, I thought, oh my gosh, this could be a silly thing. It's not going to take it. That's why I also thought it was going to be like shorter. I thought it was going to be like some kind of joke, not going to take itself seriously, self-promotion type of thing. But it's actually it's not. So far, after episode 1, I definitely like the Imagineering story better though. And literally, I only like the Imagineering story better because they don't crack any jokes, or the narration is as serious as the actual program. But this is a really cool show too, and I cannot wait to see episode 2, especially really actually episode 4, because the Tower of Terror, as you all know, is one of my favorite rides. It was my favorite ride at California Adventure. So I'm really excited to see, and I'm always interested on how that stuff works. So I'm hoping when I get to that episode, I'll get to see, they'll show the mechanics of like how it works, because that'd be really awesome. But yeah, you learn that Walt Disney just wanted an adventure. He wanted you to literally be able to go ride through different parts of the world and see animals from different parts of the world right here in Anaheim. Again, I really like how they included lots of, not just 1 or 2, but lots of clips that Walt Disney actual recorded tapes talking about the Jungle Cruise, riding the Jungle Cruise, and being the very first skipper, of course, on his own attraction, and how it is an opening day attraction. It's almost 70 years old, which is crazy to think about. That's insane. In 4 years, it'll be 70 years old, because not only was Disneyland's birthday on July 17th just a few days ago, but it was the Jungle Cruise's birthday as well, which is pretty cool. It's almost 70 years old, so it was really cool to see those old clips of Walt Disney interviewing about the Jungle Cruise, and how they show how they take a patch of farmland in Anaheim, California, and just they have to import the lush tropical trees. I say this cool story about how they're trying to save the plants and save the trees, and they bought some trees, and they're using old trees, and there are some trees that are the red tag ones they're supposed to demolish, and the green tag ones that are saved. But the bulldozer driver was colorblind, so he just bulldozed everything. So they literally went through neighborhoods buying trees off people's lawns. The landscape architect just for the Jungle Cruise, because they needed as many trees as possible to make it a lush tropical forest. And there's this one specific palm tree, I forgot the name, but there's a specific palm tree that you can spot by the entrance to the attraction that is famous. They got its name, I think it was the only palm tree on the ride, and it's famous right by the entrance to the ride, and that was really cool as well. Be sure to watch for the story on that on that palm tree. So yeah, it's really cool. And again, they show you how they built a model train set in Walt's backyard, kind of also for fun, but kind of just to see how to build a waterway, because they have to build the dimensions and they have to build the trenches. So they used Walt's backyard as a test ground for building trenches to see how they would build those same trenches in Disneyland for the Jungle Cruise attraction. And of course, super fans like us would know that Walt wanted real life animals to be a part of the Jungle Cruise, but they quickly realized that wouldn't be as interesting because some of the more intense animals like lions sleep during the day. So it wouldn't really be a very interesting ride. So that's when they resorted to animatronics as well. But at the very end of the episode, I liked how they added a nice tribute to Magical Animal Kingdom, and they sang how Walt would have been so proud that the Animal Kingdom, of just at the achievement of the Animal Kingdom, because it's basically his Jungle Cruise vision come to life in a 200-acre theme park, which is awesome. I know Walt is looking up above, admiring the Animal Kingdom, and he probably absolutely loves Kilimanjaro safaris, because again, that is basically his Jungle Cruise vision on a much grander scale and on the land instead of in a boat. The one thing I didn't like, though, and this episode was produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his wife, or Danny Garcia, ex-wife. I think I think they're ex-wife, but yeah, Danny Garcia, they own a production company together. But this episode is called The Jungle Cruise, and of course, the Jungle Cruise movie is coming out on July 30th, so there's a lot of promotion for that, like a lot of promotion. I feel like it could have been like, hey guys, look, Jungle Cruise movie, cool. But no, there's a lot of clips and a lot of like, it was almost like they took straight up clips from the trailer of the Jungle Cruise trailer and interspersed them throughout the entire episode. And I feel like they should just put it all at the beginning or all at the end and cut about half of that Jungle Cruise stuff off. It's not too much of the episode. Again, it's a 42-minute episode, and the Jungle Cruise stuff is maybe like 5 minutes. But I still feel like this is all about the Jungle Cruise, the history of the Jungle Cruise. We can cut down on the self-promotion of the movie, especially because watching it on Disney Plus, where before you even get to the behind the attraction, Jungle Cruise is you can already know the Jungle Cruise is coming to Disney Plus on Premier Access because you've seen an advertisement for it on Disney Plus. So I feel like they definitely could have cut down on the Jungle Cruise movie promotion. But the actual ride itself and the actual history of it was pretty good. And I thought it was, like I said, I'm excited to see the rest of the episodes and review the rest of the episodes if you guys want me to. The only really 2 cons I had were about the narrator. Hopefully the narrator, maybe because Jungle Cruise is it's about jokes. That's another thing. Walt Disney wanted to be like serious at first, but of course over time it evolved into like this joking type of corny type of ride. Maybe that's why she's joking around in the narration. So I'm actually going to hold my judgment on that, and I'm going to see if it's the same narrator, if she's still joking around and making the same jokes in the Haunted Mansion episode. If she does that, then I'll be like, that'll be a con for me, because again, I like the seriousness of the imaginary story. But it's quite possible that the narrator is just making jokes, because that's really in theme for the Jungle Cruise. So I'll definitely go ahead and hold my judgment on that one until I see the second episode. But have you guys watched the Imaginary, and not the Imaginary Story, have you watched Behind the Attraction? It debuted today, Wednesday, July 21st. I'm filming this at night after I watched it, but it's coming out on Thursday, 22nd. But it premiered on the 21st, yesterday. Are you planning to watch it? Maybe this weekend? Are you going to binge it? You can watch all 5 episodes right now. Are you going to binge it? Or are you going to do it one at a time? This is one of the rare things where Disney's not doing a weekly release model. That's another thing. I thought the episodes were going to be shorter, because I heard they're going to do all 5 at once. So I'm thinking, oh, that must be shorter. But no, that's a pretty good chunk of content. 42 minutes an episode, about 42 minutes, 5 episodes, and not weekly releases, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, I'll definitely be watching episode 2, The Haunted Mansion, this weekend, and I'll be putting a review on that out next week. Let me know if you want me to put a review on. If you would like me to continue this, press that thumbs up button. Subscribe for more theme park updates. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Did you agree with me? Did you like those corny jokes the jokes she was making? Did you like this Jungle Cruise movie self-promotion? I mean, we all know it was going to happen, because obviously it's called the Jungle Cruise. It's literally premiering a week before the Jungle Cruise happened, and it's produced by Dwayne. This episode is produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so we knew a movie time was going to happen, but I just thought it was a little bit too much. Like, it could have cut about 50% of the movie stuff. But you let me know. Maybe you guys loved it all, and maybe it was just enough, or maybe it was just the right amount for you. Yeah, but let me know in the comments below. If you're excited for next week's episode, or then second episode, let me know that in the comments below. And what attraction would you want them to go behind the attraction of that's maybe not on this list? There's only 5 so far. I think there's going to be a part 2 from 6 through 10 or something. But what attraction would you want to see? I personally would want to see Splash Mountain. I love that attraction. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll do Splash Mountain, because they're trying to cut everything that has to do with Song of the South. But they don't really have to focus on Song of the South for Splash Mountain. They can literally just talk about the ride system and Briar Rabbit and the movie Splash, which the attraction was named after for Tom Hanks. But I hope they go through that one, or Expedition Everest. That's a really cool one as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, have a fantastic day.